So let me talk you through stuff real quick. So what I'm going to do is we're going to move all the beads that I have ground to the 1200 grit disc and move them across the 3000 grit disc. While I'm doing that, I'm going to be sorting out beads that I'm going to kick out. So if it is a severely fucked up bead, right, it's not going any further than this. There's no point in spending the time it takes to fine polish a bead that's flawed. And then all the cut beads, the simulated cut beads, so those are beads that are meant to simulate a bead that was a drawn in cut bead. I'm not drawing beads, but we can make them look like cut beads. And what I'm basically doing is I'm taking the beads where the puckers got severely messed up, but the bead is essentially okay other than that, and just grinding the sides down so that it's going to have a flat end instead of a puckered end, and then it's going to look like a cut bead. I'm not taking those past 3000 grit because you really don't see the edge. It's not meant to kick light back, and it takes a lot of time, and it's really hard to polish the end of the bead, particularly if it's a disc. There's nothing to hold on to. So we're gonna kick those out. For all the beads are gonna get their ends polished, and that's just step one. And then we're kicking out the beads that aren't faceted and the beads that are messed up. And then the remaining beads are going to get brought up to the 3000 level. So I've already got some beads that are going to the 3000 level, but I'm probably just gonna hit those again at this level just to make sure I did a good job. So I'm gonna add those to my bed. So it goes in here if it's going to the next step. And if it's getting kicked out, it'll go in here. And it'll just start soaking to help clean it off. That makes sense, I hope so. Anyways, no microphone today. We're working off the phone because once I start grinding, it's gonna be too loud. And you're just gonna end up hearing the whole time. So instead what we're gonna do is we'll just put music over. I'm probably gonna run this in fast forward. Anyways, yes. See what I was saying? All right, anyways. So the chess pieces, I'm not going to spend a lot of time on them because they sit on the chessboard. Like, no one sees that. All right. And then I will spend a lot of time on these rings, even though it's just one simple facet, because that's what people are going to see. That's the whole point, is to see that polished face. And then on some of these larger beads, I'm going to spend a lot of time on them, because, even on the sides, because it's a big bead. It's going to be seen from every direction, because it's very unlikely to have another big bead sitting next to it. As you can see, I'm having difficulty with beads being kicked off. So, but I'm doing this restart on the thing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put 3 down that I can hold with 3 fingers that need to get a little bit longer time because they're big disc beads. And I'll knock off, I'm just looking for things that are easy to hold on to. And we'll knock off some of these larger beads. I'm going for like a lot of big beads right now because I did a bunch this morning. My hands are getting tired. I'm not going to do all these right now. We'll take a break in a little bit. It's almost lunchtime. I can hold on to the big beads better. Also, it's hard to pick up the tiny beads when there's so many big beads around them. So anyways, yeah, that's just my craziness. So what we're going to do is we're going to try and get our fingers. So these were beads that came out okay, but they were messed up on the pucker. So what I'm doing is I'm just trying to salvage them, and then they can go back into circulation. Dumping out the dirty water. That's got a lot of sediment in there. Trying to get that to the dirty. Oh my gosh, it's knocking shit everywhere. Okay. So these tiny beads are very difficult to hold on to. Look at how many of them ended up in here. Okay. So, yeah. This is past me thinking that these were doable. And now future me is like, fuck my life. These are really too small to hold in my hands. But we'll just make a note to not attempt those tiny ass beads in the future. So these have had their ends done, but they still need the facets. All right, so. And then this is what is done. I want to do one more bucket full of water, and then it's lunchtime. that's what we've done so far. Those are done. Alright, so anyways, it's lunchtime. I'm gonna go have some lunch. So this is what I have got that needs to get facets done, and then this is what is done. This is also done. These will go to 3000 grit. These will go to final polish. These got to go to faceting. These got to go to sorting, and these got to go through this 3000 grit. Once I finish all these disc beads, I think I've got enough to make a reproduction Icelandic piece. I think I have a full set of chest pieces. The reproduction Roman rings can go up for sale. And it may be. So this was a burqa piece leftovers. There may be enough of the other beads to assemble another one. These were from another burqa piece that I substituted in something not faceted, but I can maybe make one to sell with the facets. Anyways, I've got a few things set up to go when I come back from lunch. See you later, friends. it's kind of hard to tell if we've got a good finish until the bead dries a little bit. So I'm going to sit up here with some others, and once they dry a little bit, I can look at them and tell, see, this looks like it needs to get some more work done. A better idea of what needs to get retouched. So I've got these. This one looks like, see, I don't know if you can see, there were some bubbles in the beads so that when I cut, the little got exposed. I'm not want to spend a lot of time on these beads, so we're going to knock them out real fast. So I've got 3 that look like they're decent, and this one's got a hole. So I'm going to knock this one out real quick and then just... So these are drying so I can inspect them. I'm just going to set them up on edge over here so they can get dry. Not really focused on much other than the part of the bead that's the most, parts of the bead that are the most visible. So then this is the one that is trash. Like, it's not trash, but it's not going in the premium bin. But here's what I'm going for. I want the perforation face to be a square on both ends. It's a little off on this side, but this is also where the holes are. So anyways, I'm not going to polish that one. I'm just going to send that one as is to the to stock. So these are the long bar beads that are not going to get finely polished. You can see like the holes from the bubbles that were in the glass. So you can see the result of not taking it to full polish, all that grind marks that are there, but it's just not worth the effort. Okay, so these are all the cut beads and the game pieces. I'm going to separate out the game pieces, and I'm going to separate out these Mycenaean beads because I'm working on a Mycenaean project I need those for. So you can see I didn't take the ends to full polish. So you can see it's just a quick and dirty job. And for what these are meant to be used for, that's fine. It's not worth the time. And these are very hard to polish because they're so flat. I can't hold them. So it's fine. These are fine for what they're going to be used for. So I'm going to separate out all the amber and whites. That's for a project. It's the same project, so it can just go to the same pile over here. I'm going to separate out all the game pieces. I checked earlier, it is a complete set, so we're just going to find them and bag them. This is the glorious part of being a bead crafter. So let's make sure we've got, but I double checked earlier. I said, it's not the best chess set I've ever made. This was the one that was made when we were in crisis. Extra crown. Extra king's pawn. Okay, we'll swap that out for one of the darker ones. All right, guys, this is my last gallon of water. After I use up this, I'm done for the day. 2 years, more than that probably, since I've done this. So these are not going to be the best examples. I let too many pile up. So like, it's overwhelming. So I'm not trying to get through it. It's rushing. And then I'm having to go back and redo things. And also my fingers are tired and they're like flying all over the place. And the machine's speed adjustment is shot. But at least it's turning. I think I'm done for the day. I'm going to empty out the water that's here. So these are the ones that I've got to still process through on our first go. These are the ones that I need to see if I need to make another pass. I've kind of got to dry out a little bit. These are the ones that are as good as I can get. So here's the thing is, like, I can't fix mistakes made in step 2. I can't fix mistakes made in step 2 without going back to step 2. So the first grind is shaping the bead. Like, it's taking a massive amount of glass off. It's also leaving big score lines. So the second step is refining the shape, and it's removing all that first pass. If I don't spend enough time on step 2, I'm going to inherit those big scars for the rest of the show. I need to work faster in step 1. I don't need to spend as much time on it as I am. And I need to spend more time on step 2. And then step 3 and 4 will be easier. Like, there's just no way. I can't hold the thing there long enough to remove those scars. And the step 4 doesn't remove enough material to cut down to that level. So there's going to be some scarring in some of this glass, but at least this batch will be processed, and I will know better next time. Out of practice. So I was able to get the Icelandic piece done, and all the focal beads for the Burka piece, they're all ready for polishing. So, and then the focal beads for another Burka piece are also ready for polishing. And that will give me two more pieces of jewelry to put out. It'll be a little bit higher end. I got this attempted making a blown glass vessel, and this is what survived the fuck up. And so now it's just like a tiny little baby cup. But it's gonna be cleaned up a little bit more. Yeah, it'll be a tiny candle. No, I might break it. I don't know. Tiny plant? It's not deep enough to really store anything in cork. Whatever. It's going to be a thing. And then another fuck up that I've salvaged. Anyways, and I'm excited about polishing these. I made these like 2 years ago, and they've just been waiting to get polished down. anyways, so I'm not going to get all the way to the end of this today. I'm done. What's that leave? I will make a video with what I got, and we'll make another video finishing this up, and then we'll make a video of the polishing. 2 more days. Yeah, anyways, I'm happy that this thing is working, and I just gotta get back in practice. And it's much better when I don't have to spend all day. If I'm just down to a handful of beads, process them down to like last 2 steps, pick up the next 2 steps another day. Great. Anyways, it's time to figure out some foods.